In the midst of the rumble of issues flowing in the entertainment world, a shocking event occurred at a military camp that K-pop fans rarely imagine, a moment that seemed to steal the attention of millions of eyes across the country. There, behind walls of silence and a strict military routine, Jungkook and Taehyung, two icons long known as symbols of passion, talent, and warmth, are seen meeting in a very unusual situation. This sudden encounter triggers a series of profound questions, from the motives for their encounter to the meaning of each facial expression implied in the long-lasting sad looks and hugs. Is this a sign of the end of an era of friendship that has long illuminated the music scene, or is it just a piece of a moment that will soon pass in the flow of time? Not only raises question marks, the moment of this meeting is also filled with emotional nuances that are very draining tears. Captured by a surveillance camera that accidentally captured the moment, the two figures are seen hugging for so long, as if time had stopped for a moment to make room for a deep sense of grief. Every second of the hug that took place felt like an implicit message that wanted to be conveyed to the world. This is no ordinary farewell. In their eyes full of sadness, a burning question is tucked. Is this the last meeting between two friends who have together made the name of the entertainment world? Behind the warmth of the embrace, there is also a long story of friendship, struggle, and love that has overcome all obstacles. Questions like these leave thousands of fans incessantly wondering, is there any deep meaning behind a seemingly simple but emotionally charged encounter that is soul-stirring in the shadow of the harsh and disciplined military? The background of this encounter holds many mysteries. So far, the world of entertainment and military life rarely meet, but this moment seems to bridge two worlds that have been walking on different paths. Jungkook and Taehyung, two figures who have become the faces of a younger generation with millions of loyal fans, are suddenly in the middle of an environment full of rules and strict protocols. This incident led to various speculations, ranging from allegations of an undisclosed special event to conspiracy theories that try to link this moment to the bigger issues behind the scenes of the South Korean entertainment industry. Is this meeting just a coincidence incident, or is there an implied message to be conveyed to the wider community through the symbolism of such a contrasting meeting? It was these questions that became the subject of heated discussions in various forums and discussion rooms, creating a wave of controversy that further shook the K-pop world. Inevitably, the presence of Jungkook and Taehyung in this military camp immediately drew media attention, although most of the information circulating was still speculation and conjecture. In such a sensitive situation, fans and interested parties in the entertainment world try to find certainty through various available sources. However, the fact that this encounter occurred suddenly without the escort that usually accompanies Jungkook's figure adds a layer of mystery that is difficult to solve. The management of the artist, who has been maintaining the image and safety of the stars, must now face a new challenge, where every step and movement of these two idols becomes an inevitable public spotlight. In such a situation, every second moment of the meeting is proof that behind the glitter of the stage and the glare of the cameras, personal stories full of conflict, hope, and despair are stored. However, the moment of the meeting that took place in this military camp opened the opportunity to question the values of friendship, loyalty, and sacrifice that have been considered absolute in the world of entertainment. I end the course of unraveling the mystery of the meeting that took place at the military camp. A lot of speculation has arisen as to what exactly underlies such a seemingly spontaneous and emotional action. A number of theories began to emerge, ranging from the alleged existence of an implicit message that was intended to be conveyed through actions without strict escort to the possibility of preparing to face major changes in their respective careers. In one of the exclusive interviews obtained by our editorial team, a witness who claimed to have seen the incident firsthand said, "I have never seen two people as popular as them look so cruel and gloomy. There is something different, something that implies that separation is imminent." This statement adds to the anxiety among fans who have always associated the warmth and cheerfulness of these two stars with a burning passion. However, behind every speculation, there is also the harsh reality that the celebrity world is never free from internal conflicts and outside pressures that sometimes make difficult decisions have to be taken. Was the silence that covered their faces then a reflection of deep fatigue, or was it a sign that a new chapter in their lives was about to close? In line with the flow of controversy that continues to flow, the reaction of fans is very diverse. On various social media platforms, thousands of comments and posts appear with strong emotional overtones. Some are crying, some are angry, while others are trying to understand and absorb the meaning behind this very human moment. This is not just about the meeting of two idols, but about how we, as fans, witness a shift in emotions that seems to blur the line between the real world and the world of dreams, one fan wrote on a discussion forum. This kind of reaction further reinforces the notion that the moment is not just an ordinary meeting, but a mirror of the long journey of two people who have made their names on the world stage. Every hug, every look caught on camera, seemed to talk about the struggle, longing, and sacrifice that had been hidden behind the lights and glitter of the stage, peeling further. The personal backgrounds of these two idols also provide an increasingly complex context for the events that occur. Jungkook, known as the Golden Magne for his incredible talent and unparalleled humility, has been a source of inspiration to millions of fans around the world. However, behind her sweet smile and energetic appearance, there are also stories about the pressure she has felt since entering the competitive world of entertainment. On the other hand, Taehyung, with his charismatic charm and unique personality, has long been known as a figure who is able to liven up the atmosphere with his presence. However, there are also not a few stories about the fragility and inner conflict that he had to face, especially when he had to be under the spotlight of the public who never stopped observing his every move. The sudden meeting between these two figures seems to be a meeting of two souls who understand each other, the bitterness and beauty of life's journey that is never easy. In the dimness of the night, it was clear that although both had thousands of fans who admired them, they were still mere mortals who had hopes, disappointments, and dreams that sometimes had to be drowned out by harsh reality. Not only that, the dynamics of the relationship between the two stars is also the subject of heated discussion among observers of the entertainment industry. Since their debut, Jungkook and Taehyung have been known for their incredible closeness, which is often colored by moments of togetherness on stage and behind the scenes. However, over time, they also do not escape internal conflicts, differences in views, and the pressure that comes from very high expectations. This encounter in the military camp, which spontaneously exposed their vulnerable sides, became a tipping point that triggered deep questions. Is this a sign that the differences that had been hidden between them are beginning to surface? Was the meeting an attempt at reconciliation after going through difficult times, or was it a moment of inevitable separation? It is the answers to these questions that make this event even more controversial and interesting to follow. An entertainment industry observer stated, "If indeed these are the first signs of a breakup, then the K-pop world is facing one of the most moving emotional crises in its history." Undeniably, the presence of two figures who have been regarded as symbols of strength and warmth in the midst of harsh environments such as military camps has had a profound psychological impact. For members of the military who usually have to maintain distance and calm, seeing Jungkook and Taehyung hugging for so long seemed to inject an unusual dose of emotion. That moment left us speechless. We saw two figures that we have always admired so much, but behind the camera, it was clear that there was an unspoken burden, said a soldier who did not want to be named. This recognition adds a very complex emotional dimension in which the meeting not only touches the hearts of fans, but also inspires those who in an environment with strict rules for a moment forget about the seriousness of duty for the sake of such a deep sense of humanity.